everyone. Today I'm actually going to be talking about high school and giving you newcomers some tips for how to effectively deal with high school and the pressures that you're going to face. So I wrote some lists of nice tips for you guys, and so let me get started. So this video isn't another half-hour long video. Okay, my first tip: calm down. Easier said than done. Obviously, it's high school, so I think that you guys are probably really excited or nervous to go into high school, which is perfectly fine. I think a big thing is the hype that high school has. I mean, in movies and media, magazines, books, high school is really portrayed as like this, Molly Ringwald, Brat Pack, Grease, Pretty in Pink kind of American Pie kind of thing. Everybody thinks that it's going to be just like the movie Grease, and I'm here to tell you that that's not really what high school is like for most of us. Um, it isn't as thrilling and magical as you might think that it's going to be, and I hate to disappoint you, but that's just kind of the way that it is. So I think a big thing for you guys is don't expect too much. If you go in there expecting nothing, your high school experience is going to be better because you're not going to be expecting things, to be like John Travolta and Sandra Dee or whatever the hell their names were. So just go in there with an open mind and an open attitude. The second word of advice is to study. And I know now I'm sounding like your parent, but I need to say it. It's important that you guys do well in school. It depends on what you want to do after school. I don't know if you guys are thinking about going to college. Even if you're not, it'll make your high school experience much, much, much better if you study and, do the best that you can. And I don't mean that you need to get straight A's every single test or project. I just mean do the work, and you'll have an easier time because when report card day rolls around, your parents or guardians or whoever, takes care of you is not going to want to ground your ass. So that's always a good thing. So study just so that you can get by. And, it's also good because you learn new things, you get smarter, and you'll leave school having more knowledge than you came in with. And that's important. Okay. My third word of advice completely almost goes against what I just said. And that's don't overstudy. And what I mean by that is, of course, you need to study and do well. But for me personally, I overstudied in high school. I would spend more time doing homework than I would actually be in the school building. And yeah, so I missed out on a lot of opportunities with friendships that I could have made had I just calmed down and didn't study so hard. And studying has its place, but it's also important that you guys, make time for your friends. High school is like the last time you're really gonna get to be a real kid again. So don't discard your childhood, because once you leave high school, it's the end of childhood. Goodbye. You really need to, be a kid as long as you can, because you're going to be an adult the rest of your life. So be a kid. Have fun. Do things. Go to the movies. Ask somebody out on a date. Do fun things. Make sure you make time for fun stuff, because that's my one regret, is that I think I took it a little too seriously, especially in the beginning. Let's see. My next tip is, here's an important one. Keep your teachers happy. Obviously, you're not going to like all your teachers. But it's important that you keep them happy. And what I mean by this is, don't annoy the teachers. They're trying to help you learn. And I don't care if they're assholes. You're going to have some assholes, no doubt. But it's important that you don't annoy them, because then they're not going to like you. For me, I was a troublemaker. I didn't annoy the teachers, but I didn't kiss ass either. I just kind of went with the flow. I just sat there and pretended like I cared, and really I just wanted to get out of that prison. I just wanted to go home and get out. That's how my life was. And high school was pretty miserable for me because I didn't make any effort. I mean, I studied at home and everything, but I didn't get involved with my teachers. I wasn't very nice. I mean, I was nice, but I wasn't like super kiss ass. And just be nice to your teachers, be polite, and pretend like you have some interest in the subject that they're teaching about, because they love that subject. And if they see that you love it too, even if you're faking it, their chances are they're going to be a lot nicer to you, because they're thinking, wow, this kid, has some potential, and they're trying to learn. And I think that's important. That's really important. My next word of advice is Oh, probably the biggest thing I'm gonna say in this whole video is be safe. It's high school, so you are going to encounter things that are going to be like a first time for you. You're going to probably go on dates. You're probably going to go out to a party or two. Be safe. And what I mean by that is don't get in the car with your best friend who's been drinking. Don't, I mean, and you might roll your eyes now and say, I never do something so stupid. You'd be surprised. You would be surprised by how many kids. I'm sorry to, I don't mean to scare you. Well, actually, I do a little bit because the stuff is real. I see, I hear about so many senseless deaths with teenagers, coming back from homecoming or prom because they were drinking and driving and they got in a car accident and killed themselves and their friends. Don't be that person. Don't do it. I've heard of too many things happening to people and young people. And obviously, being a teenager and being in high school is super exciting and you're going to want to have fun. And, I think that's great, but you have to make sure that you're being safe. I don't want any of you guys to get hurt. I want you guys to live, and it's, you can't live your life or go on dates or go to another party if you're dead. So just be careful. Be really, really careful because adolescents, I'm going to go a little neurobiology on you guys. Your prefrontal cortex, the thing kind of like in the front of your brain, is not fully developed yet, which basically means that your judgment is going to be a little impaired, meaning that you don't always know what's best for you, even if you think that you do. So what I'm saying by this is just realize that you're young, realize that you're still a little naive, and that's okay. You'll grow out of it, but you need to be safe and don't take chances, don't take risks that aren't worth taking. It's not worth your life. That one party is not worth your life. So just, be careful, and that goes with things like sex. It goes with things like drugs, especially drugs. Just don't do them. That's the only thing I can tell you. Just don't do them. So many kids are getting seriously hurt because they thought, oh, I'll just try a drug once. What's it gonna do? And they end up in the hospital or in a coma. And just don't do it. And drinking is a big thing now. Too many teenagers are blacking out and getting trashed, and it's sometimes the consequences are really sad. So, be careful. And I just want everybody out there to be safe and have a good high school experience, but a safe high school experience. Next word of advice I have is get your heart broken. And what I mean by this is you're in high school, you're young, you're a kid. Sometimes you have to learn from hard mistakes. And I think that's one of my regrets is when I was in high school, I just would not let my guard down. I had been hurt a lot in my life by various individuals, and by the time I got to high school, I was kind of over it. I was really, really kind of over the human race. I built up all these protective barriers so that nobody could touch me, and I didn't go near people with a 10-foot pole. I mean, yeah, I had my group of friends and stuff, but Jesus, pillow. Okay, I had I had my groups of friends and stuff, but I didn't date in high school. I had a boyfriend for like 2 weeks. I didn't date. I was afraid to get my heart broken, and I was afraid to be teased, and so I kind of I shut everybody out when I really should have just gotten more involved. And now that I'm an adult, that's my regret, is that I wish I had just let myself get my heart broken. Let myself, have, get into arguments with friends and get my heart broken by a guy, and just I wish that I had let myself do those things, but I took myself too seriously. I'm going to get to that in a second. And yes, my next word of advice is to get involved your freshman year. It's really important that you guys get involved because, God, I'm just never going to get used to myself on camera, and my hair looks terrible. Lucky I brushed it today. Get involved your freshman year of high school. When I was in high school, I literally was not involved literally in anything. I just wanted to get the hell home. I just wanted to leave the building, do my work, hopefully pass my test, and get the hell home. Honestly, I hated high school. I did not enjoy high school. They were not fun years for me, and a part of the reason they weren't fun is because I didn't get involved. And, get involved in things you don't like to do. That you do like to do. Geez, yeah, don't get involved in things you don't like to do. Like, if don't join tennis if you can't hit a fucking ball. Just, don't do things that you know you suck at. Find something you're good at, something that you enjoy, and you'll meet new people and make new friends that way, and you'll have a better high school experience, because I really, really, truly wish that I had done that. And I bet I would have had a much, much, much easier time in high school if I had just let myself make some friends and join some activities, and I regret it now, and I wish that I had done that. Okay, okay, my next thing is, um, do not do not let yourself be too influenced by peers. Do not become a peer pressure victim. Obviously, you're going to now and then. You guys are kids. You're gonna feel the peer pressure now and then. But what I'm saying, and peer pressure isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes it motivates you, and it motivates you to do new things and try new things. It's not always bad, but you just have to be careful especially when it comes to your safety. We've all been there. Of course, I've been peer pressured to do stupid things at times, and I admit I, at one point, was a peer pressurer where I was trying to get my friends to drink, and it's not cool. It's just not cool. Don't get involved in peer pressure. Don't peer pressure anybody else. That's their business, and it's their lives. And, they can do what they want to do, and don't negatively influence people. I mean, build each other up, build your friends up. Don't bring them down. And if people are bringing you down and, purposely trying to hurt you, then they're really not real friends, and you need to kind of make new ones, or just take a break and let them grow up a little bit. You don't need that. High school is hard enough as it is, and the last thing you guys need is serious peer pressure. So just, it's like this hair on my mouth, like by my lip, and I can't, it's bothering me. Okay, sorry. So just be careful, be wise, and make wise decisions. My next thing of advice, oh, my favorite, be yourself. Obviously, you guys are probably rolling your eyes. It just said that I have low storage, so I have to go really quick, or it's going to time out of me. Be yourself. It's probably going to cut me off, so I apologize, but let me try to do this really quick. Be yourself. Let your guards down. Let your ego go away. I promise you, when you get out of high school, you are not going to things that you did in high school are not going to matter. Obviously, your grades and your safety matter, but everything else isn't going to matter. Try to have a good high school experience. I want all of you guys to have fun, but be safe. And, one of my biggest regrets is that I just didn't let my guard down, and I took myself way too seriously. And, don't do it. It's okay to be dorky. It's okay to be different. And it's okay if people don't like you. Be yourself. And I wish somebody had told me that when I went into high school. Be yourself. Everything else will fall into place. And if you're truly being yourself, most likely there's going to be other people who are going to follow in your footsteps and, want to get to know you, because, like, look at this awesome person. They don't care what anybody thinks of them. Be nice. Be nice to other people, even if they're not nice to you. You'll feel better. I know when people were not nice to me, I would bitch out at them, and I kind of, in the end, it made me angrier. It made me hold more grudges than I needed to. Just let it go. Let it go. It's high school is a few years, and then you're going to move past it. I promise you. And if high school sucked for me, I'll be honest. But I went to college and had a great time, and I got over it. So get your heart broken, make some mistakes, but be safe in the process. And just, it's okay. And, high school is a time where you're going to find your identity.